3, 2, 1.
Hi, it's Camika, and welcome back to my podcast. Today we're going to talk about Love and Marriage Huntsville, Season 9, Episode 2. They titled it Throuple in Paradise. And as you know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time, so let's get the party started. The beginning scene is giving, here's the agenda. Everyone will air out their grievances one by one. The producers probably had their fingers crossed, praying that there would be some type of organic drama that happens. There was really only one interesting moment. Honestly, listen, I heard a rumor that Stormy had left the show. And I'm sure she had already made up her mind prior to even coming on the vacation. But probably what sealed it for her is the moment Melody refused to take responsibility for the way her fans behave. The look on Stormy's face said it all. You could just tell the moment Mel dodged accountability, Stormy mentally checked out. I feel like Mel is so stubborn, especially in this moment, in this situation. You know what? I believe Mel feels that everyone at that table has betrayed her. And she has mastered the role of playing victim. And you know what? She is a victim, considering how Martell did her dirty. But she uses that as a shield. And I believe that when everybody didn't solely choose Mel over Martell, she took that personal. And I believe that she feels like the fans are the only ones that truly stand by her and protect her and speak up for her. And why would you stop that? But you know what this reminds me of? Melody's refusal to address her fans is giving January 6th vibes. Remember when Trump stayed silent while all that chaos unfolded? He let things spiral out of control and didn't step in to calm things down. This is eerily similar. So when they say that silence speaks volumes, this is definitely what they're speaking of. So fast forward to the next day, we get this pool scene. And it's with the OGs, Mel, Tisha, and Kimmy. It was a whole genuine moment because with them, it just felt like a real connection. They look relaxed, and that was just refreshing to see them all talking and kind of letting their guard down. Why was that camera all on Mel? It wasn't subtle. It was definitely, let's capture this. Of course, they speak on what happened the night before. Mel explains why she shut down at the table. She says that it was because Stormy was pushing her to address her fans' behavior. But I'm not really buying that. To me, Mel uses her silence as a power move. Seriously. It's a passive aggressive behavior. It's a form of control. And honestly, if I were Stormy, I wouldn't have stuck around on this trip either. And I wouldn't have said bye either, especially if I knew I was done. They also brought up Trisha and her inconsistency. And they start flashing back to all the questions that they had been asking her and showing how her answers to those questions were inconsistent. But I could not pay attention to any of that because I couldn't get past her hair on this trip. Who let her and why? The reason why I don't get it is because you've only got one shot to make an impression. And this is what we're going to go with. It just didn't give what I think she thought she was going for. But girl, you are on TV for millions to see. I would have done something different. The good thing for Trisha is that the face card isn't bad. The arms are sculpted to the gods. Body, adi. And that is the save. I want to take it back to Mel and Stormy. Mel says that those who left the group needed to go. Or something similar to that. And it implied that she was unbothered. But to me, it felt deeper. Mel is a smart, well-spoken woman, but I just feel like she holds on to so much bitterness. And honestly, when it comes to Stormy specifically, I do believe there is jealousy there, especially with Stormy, who's successful in her own right. I believe Mel feels that she brought everyone onto this show. And those who do not bow down can go. Did Melanie say that she felt uncomfortable with Destiny sitting right next to her? Because honestly, I would have given Destiny a side eye too. Like, we've been beefing for a while now. Why all of a sudden are you all up under me? And so it made me wonder. And I got to thinking about Destiny's storyline this season because it seems really juicy. But if you think about it, is it really her storyline or is she just playing a role in someone else's storyline? She films scenes with Martell, who is her friend, but they don't have much in common. Continue filming those scenes. But maybe if she were to get back in with Mel, she could secure her spot for another season. This is just a thought. May not be true, but this is what I took from it. Let me just say this real quick. Tisha Scott is absolutely stunning without makeup on. And don't get me wrong, Kimmy and Mel, both gorgeous. And they looked amazing without makeup as well. But there's something about Tisha's fresh face that just stood out in the scene. And I was like, man, she is so pretty. She's absolutely gorgeous. I just had to say that. You know what? Speaking of looks, let's talk about confessional looks. Mel had this purple on purple dress that had like the off the shoulder cut. It was beautiful. It showed off her shoulders and she had matching gloves and she had this wet blonde slick back look, giving all kinds of luxury. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. I loved her look. She gave us high fashion. But Mel, if you want people to stop coming for you, you can't keep bringing up Letitia's mom in your confessional. You thought that was funny. It wasn't. Her mom is no longer on the show, so she really shouldn't be in anyone's mouth. Kimmy had this orange dress that kind of gave me Hervé Leger vibes from back in the day. Remember those Hervé dresses that everyone wore? But this was just like a different take on it. The orange looked great on Kimmy's skin. So yes, yes, yes to Kimmy. I loved it. And Tisha had me on a high with her stunning, no makeup look. And then when they transitioned to her confessional, I'm like, wait. What happened was, what happened? I saw the vision, the execution, not so much. But that just wasn't it. That wasn't the look for her. That black dress with the white, with the flowers around the breast, it just was not giving what you wanted. I saw the vision though. I did see the vision. With the hair, I saw it, but we just didn't execute. And that's okay. So they're on the boat. They're having a good convo. I noticed that Dr. Shanita is giving audition energy. Honestly, I think Mel brought her on this trip to be her spokesperson because she's definitely outspoken. But as she was talking, all I kept receiving was, I'm auditioning for next season. She was doing a lot. But I want to tell you something, Dr. Shanita. History tells us that Mel bringing friends onto the show, you will eventually have to choose staying loyal to Mel or are you staying on the show? Keep that in mind. On the boat, Nell with the N is casually asking Sunny if she has kids. And Sunny responds that they are going through IVF. Destiny's face says it all. You can see the hurt in her eyes as she's trying to look unbothered. You immediately get this confessional from Destiny. Her posture is on point. Her lip liner and lipstick combo, everything. She's talking about how she had to keep her cool when she heard Sunny's response. She held it down well. Because given the situation, that is a gut punch. That type of news would have messed me up for the rest of the day, all that night, and the next day. And honestly, that type of news warrants a drunk dial to someone just to curse him out. Because the gall, the nerve, this was so corny to me. But Mel asks everyone to give her a word that describes their vacation. What stood out to me was Destiny's response, which was a lot. And Destiny, that is not one word, but that's okay. Technically, that's 2 words, but girl, we understood. You're forgiven. But let me tell you what my word would have been. Audacity. Baby, that would have put everybody in their place. The audacity. That word would have been perfect for your situation. Finally, we get to the scene with the guys. Said no one ever. But you know what? I never looked at Nell's husband until tonight. And he falls into the Zaddy category. He is handsome. So I just want to shout out to Nell because, girl, I see you. So Martell pulls Moses aside to ask him if he decided to permanently move to Huntsville. And if so, was he still considering purchasing Martell's home? And he tells Martell that they are still undecided, but they do know that if they want a home, they want it to be bigger. They go on to have small talk. But in this conversation, Moses confidently states that Destiny knows she still loves me. Moses is so entitled. The audacity. He thinks Destiny will always be with him no matter what. And that is exactly why he feels that he can move however he wants, even to the point of marrying her associate friend producer and still be convinced Destiny is hung up on him. We got to be careful because this is the type of mindset that makes men think they can have their cake and eat it too. But rumor has it that Moses is receiving his karma as we speak. Martell has his confessional, and he goes on to say how he values his friendship with Destiny. He even claims that if Destiny asked him not to sell the house to Moses, he wouldn't do it. Now, Martell, do you really believe that we find you credible? Are you really loyal? We don't know you to be loyal, but maybe things have changed. With everything that Martell has done, it's just hard to take his word at face value. Martell's back with the guys kind of a round table discussion, except for with no table. They were just in a circle. Now they start to talk about Martell sliding into Trisha's DMs. And I'll be honest, I was so uninterested in this conversation. Trisha has her own issues. She has a whole husband at this point. She had a whole husband and a boyfriend. Martell means nothing in this situation. I don't know what Marceau was trying to do there, but to me, it just didn't land. I was not interested, and I knew wholeheartedly that Martell meant nothing to Trisha. I find it immature, and it upset me that her new man had to step in to defend her honor. It was the right thing to do, but it was just unnecessary. But just like Stormy left, her husband also dipped out on the group scene. It was giving to me one last scene and we're done vibes. They have both mentally checked out. That's a wrap on this episode. As always, I appreciate you hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed today's breakdown. And let me know your thoughts. I'm here for a good time. Definitely not a long time. So until next time.